How's it going, everyone? It is me, the Lone Vault Wanderer. My voice is pretty much back. It's still a little bit croaky, but it's almost there, and I feel much better than the other day. So let's get into some proper videos with my full sensual voice, even though most of you preferred my other voice. Anyways, I'm not a ghoul. So yesterday when we investigated the map that was created by Twitter user Ocelot, it showed a ton of different areas in West Virginia that effectively were either confirmed by Bethesda footage or were speculated but could essentially be pretty confidently confirmed because based on different evidence and all that. A lot of work went into that map. I highly suggest you watch that video again. It's linked in the description below. But in that video, something that I missed. I didn't miss the fact that there was a Vault 63. We actually covered that in a past video. But what I did miss was the fact that there was another vault there. The Unknown Vault, as we're going to call it in this video, and as the map calls it as well. As you can see on the map, the Unknown Vault is located in the forest region of West Virginia, specifically under Gorge Junkyard, and just to the right of Vault 76. Now, some of you might be legitimately asking, well, where did they actually get the fact that there's an unknown vault in West Virginia? If you look at this footage here, this was actually just uploaded again by Bethesda. It's effectively gameplay footage that shows how the nukes are going to work in Fallout 76, and when the player in question is actually targeting the Capitol State Building, you can see on that map there is a vault icon there. It is unnamed because I don't think they want to be giving away all of the names of the locations in Fallout 76 yet, but you can clearly see that there is a vault door symbol there. And if you cross-reference that with the map, it's effectively in the same or a similar location. So yes, there is going to be this unknown vault in Fallout 76's West Virginia, in addition to Vault 63, and also I think in addition to several other vaults. But this begs the question, what's actually going to be inside the unknown vault, let alone all of the other vaults in West Virginia? Because as we've been continuously told in Fallout 76, we're going to be the first vault that opens. Vault 76 opens before any other vaults, at least in the West Virginian region, and not the entirety of the USA. And because of that, presumably, all the other vault doors are going to be closed. Now, this doesn't prevent us from gaining access. For instance, if our Pip-Boy allows us to kind of hijack the door controls and gain access to a vault similar to Fallout 4, then we'll be able to gain access that way. Or if you look at Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, sometimes vaults have door controls on the outside that you can literally just flick a switch and open the vault that way. But the more curious thing is actually, well, what's going to be inside of these vaults? If again, we don't encounter any human NPCs in Fallout 76, other than those that are real people that presumably come out of Vault 76 with us, then what is honestly going to wait inside any of these vaults for us if we can't see any other humans, any other vault residents? There are a few thoughts that I have here. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear your theories. Go as crazy and as outlandish as possible, and I'm going to try and do that now. So the first theory that I have for the unknown vault and any other vaults, pretty much everyone has died. Due to the severity of whatever experiments are being undertaken in these vaults, they were so severe, they were so harsh, that just within 25 years of the Great War, all of the vault residents in these vaults have already died some sort of gruesome death. That would still be consistent with the notion that we don't encounter any other human NPCs, but we can still encounter corpses. We're still going to see, I think, a lot of dead bodies or a lot of just bones, skulls, whatever it is. And that's going to imply that whoever was in the vault residents, actually died in some way. And then again, consistent with the fact that we're going to be listening to a lot of holotapes or reading a bunch of notes and terminals, we'll probably that way find out what happened to the vault in terms of the experiment and how everyone actually died. And that's going to be really interesting because, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe either in Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas or even Fallout 4, Fallout 4 didn't have that many vaults, I don't believe there was any of those games only ever had vaults that were completely empty or filled with dead people. Most of those games, I think all of those games, had some vaults that had people inside of them. So again, Vault 101 and Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas with Vault 8 that was filled with fiends, or even Fallout 4 that had Vault 95 that was filled with a bunch of gunners. All of those games had some vaults that were filled with some people, right? So perhaps in Fallout 76, it's going to be one of the first, if not the first Fallout game where literally every vault is filled with just dead people. Or perhaps there will be some vaults that are actually empty. And this brings me to my second point. just because Vault 76 is the first vault that opens in West Virginia, that doesn't mean that as we're playing, other vaults aren't going to open during that time, especially during like special events or DLC. It could be the case that once we get like, let's say midpoint into the story of Fallout 76, that one of these vaults, let's say the Unknown Vault, is opened at that time, which actually affects our story or opens up a new side quest or whatever it might be. And I think a cool idea is having that Unknown Vault be Vault 77, the Puppet Vault. I don't know if many of you know about the Puppet Vault, but essentially it was a short comic that was released that is considered canon, where Vault 77 only had one inhabitant, and that was the Puppet Man. Well, what happened? He didn't start as the Puppet Man, but the vault's experiment was putting this one man, this solitary person, in a vault, and somewhere in that vault there was going to be a box of puppets or a crate of puppets, and eventually that person in the vault would find that crate of puppets and be so lonely that guy actually befriended the puppets, created characters and personas for them, and then eventually befriended the Puppet Vault Boy, the exact same one that you saw Matt Grandstaff use in the Fallout 76 teaser live streams. And then that Puppet Vault Boy essentially told the guy to kill every other puppet in the vault, and that's what he did, and then they left the vault. So eventually the Puppet Man, as we call him, did leave that vault. He successfully managed to leave Vault 77. Maybe Vault 77 is the Unknown Vault. Maybe that's the same vault that's in West Virginia. And that doesn't mean we have to encounter him. That just means he exited and then just went elsewhere and we never actually see him. But then we can go past that vault when it's opened and then see what happened and find a bunch of just broken down puppets that have their heads ripped off. That would be so funny to see. I would actually like that. You know what? I don't want to see another vault with dead people or skeletons or whatever, even though that might be cool if the experiment was right. But I would love to see Vault 77 actually come to fruition in a game rather than just the comic. But anyways, Wastelanders, I would love to get your thoughts on this. Please let me know in the comments below. What do you think the Unknown Vault actually holds? And also as well, what do you think we're going to be finding in all these other vaults if, again, we can't encounter any other human NPCs? And that also means, by the way, that we're not going to stumble by any vaults that have experiments being conducted as we walk in, like essentially being live experiments. I don't think that's possible if we can't see any other humans. Again, unless they're dead, or maybe there are robot vaults. I don't know. But let me know in the comments below, and until next time. Wait, FEV vaults. There could be some FEV vaults. It's got to be at least one, right? Let's explain some super mutants. There's got to be one FEV vault, and that way we don't encounter humans either. Bunch of super mutants. Anyways, Wastelanders, please take care of yourself, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.